Think about this. The year is 1893. A man steps outside to watch the sunset near Oslo. He's walking with friends. Just an ordinary evening. But then, the sky changes. He would later write in his diary, "The sun was setting. The clouds turned blood red. A wave of sadness washed over me. I stopped, leaned against the railing, and I heard an endless scream, as if it came from nature itself." His name was Edvard Munch, and he would spend 2 years trying to put what he felt that evening onto canvas. The result? The scream. But this video isn't about that painting. This video is about the feeling inside it. Anxiety, panic, existential dread. Munch felt this in 1893, and he painted it. So what about you? Edvard Munch was born in Norway in 1863, but his childhood was anything but ordinary. His mother died of tuberculosis when Munch was just 5 years old. A few years later, his sister died of the same disease. His other sister, Laura, was committed to a psychiatric institution. His father was consumed by deep religious obsession. Fear never left their home. Munch once said, "Illness, madness, and death, these were the three angels that stood beside my cradle." As he grew older, the shadow never left him. He suffered from anxiety attacks. He would panic in social situations. Some days he couldn't leave the house for weeks. But he poured all of that darkness somewhere, onto his canvas. For Munch, art wasn't therapy. Art was how he survived. Let's go back to that evening, early 1890s. Munch is out on a walk with friends near Oslo. And then it happens. The sky turns red. No wind. But everything seems to tremble. Munch feels it. Tightness in his chest, overwhelming fear, loss of control. What would we call this today? A panic attack. But in 1893, that term didn't exist. Nobody talked about such things. Nobody said, "It happens to me too." Nobody understood. Munch carried that feeling home and transferred it to canvas. The figure's hands pressed against its cheeks. Mouth open, eyes hollow. The sky undulating, as if reality itself is collapsing. And in the background, two friends. Calm, indifferent, completely unaware. That detail is not an accident. Anxiety feels exactly like this. While you're falling apart, the world just keeps moving. The Scream is one of the most recognized works in art history. But why? The Mona Lisa is older. The Sistine Chapel is grander. Starry Night is more poetic. There is one reason The Scream touches so many people. It makes a universal feeling visible. Is the figure male or female? You can't tell. Where is it? Doesn't matter. When? Irrelevant. There is only one feeling: unbearable, unexplainable, lonely fear. And the first time you see it, something inside you recognizes it. Because you know this feeling. Maybe before a big meeting, maybe at 3 in the morning, for no reason at all. Maybe in a crowded room, feeling completely alone. Munch painted this 150 years ago, and nothing has changed. But think about this too. In 1893, there was no such diagnosis as anxiety. There was no concept called panic disorder. People who felt these things were called weak, crazy, nervous. What Munch felt, a psychologist today would recognize it immediately. But back then, Munch carried it alone. And perhaps that's exactly why he put it on canvas. Because there was no other way. Today we have words for it. We have therapists. We have support groups. But long before any of this had a name, it existed. Munch is telling us something. You are not alone. This feeling is ancient. It is deeply human. It is very real. Munch painted The Scream more than once. There are 4 versions: pastel, oil, lithograph. As if he could never escape that feeling. Or maybe he didn't want to, because that feeling kept him connected to himself, to life, to the truth. Maybe we should look at this painting from time to time. And remember, The figure in a panic is not weak. It is simply human, just like Munch, just like you. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe for more content where art and psychology intersect.